Hey, this is Courtney Jackson. CCE Game Day, Game of the Week, 10U football, DFW. I'm telling you, these are arguably two of the best teams in the whole state of Texas, and they're going to clash today right here at Life Oak Cliff High School at 1 p.m. Right now, I'm standing right here with the Mansfield Bucks. The Mansfield Bucks, folks. You may have known some of these players and some of these coaches to be other teams last year, but now they are the Mansfield Bucks, and they are dripped up and draped up in all red, and they are ready to go to war. I'm going to talk to all these players and the coaches, and we're going to find out if they are really the number 4 team in the state of Texas in the coaches poll, or if they really should be the number 1 team. We're going to talk about all that and much more. This is Courtney Jackson, CCE Game Day, Game of the Week.
On the track.
Hey, this is Courtney Jackson, CCE Game Day, Game of the Week, Mansfield Bucks versus the DFW Elite 10U. We're at Life Oak Cliff right now, and I'm right here with all these big players. Folks, I'm telling y'all right now, these guys are only 10. He may look like he's 14, he's only 10, folks. He may look like he's 14, he's only 10. We heard about the Mansfield Bucks, nobody went to go see him. We heard about they had a big old line, nobody went to go see him. Well, now CCE is here. We got the game of the week. This right here might be the game with the most beef in the interior line that you're going to see in a 10U football game. And you guys are going to get to see it on CCE website, which is catchcoverelite.com. I'm going to start right now with the first coach, Coach Darrell, and we're going to work our way around, introducing ourselves and what position we coach, and also the players.
Coach Darrell Hall, all-around coach, man. Defense, offense, special teams, just all
A little bit of
around.
everything.
Yes, sir.
There it is.
My name is Tyler Madison, number 1, play running back.
I'm Jackson Ware, and I play offense and defense.
My name is Landon Rink, and I play defensive end and tight end. I'm number 99.
My name is Tristan Voa. I play offensive guard and defensive tackle.
My name is Tristan Lewis. I play quarterback, number 17.
And this is the coach.
My name is Roman Lewis, and the head coach of the Bucks.
Keep it there, Roman. Keep it there, keep it there. So now, I'm going to stand over here next to the head coach. He gives me a little slack. He says, Coach, you know, we don't get no love. Coach, we don't have no coaches in the game. How do you go about these things? We got a couple kids that have been in the magazine, but I want to first start off talking about how the Mansfield Bucks came about. And tell me what MEB stands for.
Well, how we came about was, of course, we used to be the Falcons. Falcons is no longer, so we joined with Michael Young. Michael Young already had the Bucks. So we kind of joined together to create the MEB, Mansfield Elite Bucks. Didn't want to change the name, so we just kept it and put the Elite in there as a spin, since we are pretty much the only select team in Mansfield. So that's how we came about this year.
All right. So you guys are 4-0. For the people out there across Texas, in Houston area that vote, and other places, they don't know anything about Mansfield. They don't know anything about the Mansfield Elite Bucks. They don't even know that the Mansfield Falcons had a great organization last year, playing in championship games and making it to the Final Four in a couple of different divisions. Tell them about your offense, what kind of offense you guys are going to run, without giving away a game plan for today.
Gotcha. Well, definitely, you know, with all this beef, we're going to run at you. We coming down here the whole game. We got some different things we can do. We got some talented kids in Mansfield that you don't know about, And that plays in our favor. When you line up, you don't really know much about us, and we kind of like it like that. We'll take number 4, we'll take number 10, but we just want to come out here and show you we number 1.
All right. So, standing next to a guy, I'm 6'1", certified 6'1". He's got to be at least 5'9", 5'10". He might even tell somebody he's 6 feet tall. He's a big boy. I guarantee he's every bit over 200 pounds. We're not going to say the exact size of that or the weight of that. Tell me about this young man, and you know, people that called me and said I should have, they got 2 linemen that are guaranteed all-star invitees. Tell me about these 2 big boys.
All right. Well, Tristan he was with Mansfield Pee Wee last year. Mansfield Pee Wee, he was definitely way oversized in that league because it wasn't a select league. So he wanted to venture out and try something new. And so we talked his dad into bringing him over here and let him try something new. And since then, you know, Mansfield, I think he's a nice guy on the outside, but on the field, he's a tough guy. So I think in Mansfield, he was having trouble not wanting to run the kids over, not beat them up. And so he's loved it over here because he get to do that every play. So, and we've enjoyed having him. Jackson, same thing. I think I've had Jackson since he was in flag. Jackson has grown a whole lot, man, a whole lot, from a baby to now. Last year, Jackson got sick, had an illness, and couldn't play the rest of the year. His mama wasn't gonna let him play no more, so he wanted to prove to her that he could really play. And I mean, he's come back 10 times forward and one of the best linemen that we got, man.
So we're gonna spin it around over here. We're gonna talk about the Madison boy.
All right.
I say the Madison boy, you know what I mean.
I know
it's
what
a
you
whole
mean.
bunch of the Madison kids.
Definitely.
All of them can play. He's your guy. He dots the I.
Yeah.
He's your guy.
Definitely.
He's your guy.
Definitely.
It's if you have to go pick up one kid,
Definitely.
and then you're not showing any favoritism,
Definitely.
somebody gonna get him in the car,
Definitely.
right?
We're gonna make
So,
it
if you could describe him or give me an example of somebody in the NFL right now who you think has his running style, not he has their running style, has his running style, who would that be?
I mean, you know, I'd probably have to go with Peterson. You know, he's a complete back, man. And when he gets outside, it's lights out. You're not touching it. You know, Peterson, he'll run at you. He'll run through the hole. He'll run outside. So I definitely have to maybe pick Peterson, especially when he was in his prime. But he's definitely a great back. I got 3 great backs though. I don't want to stop at him. I can
Tell
switch
me
out.
about the other 2.
I got Mosley that came from Mansfield Pee Wee. Mosley,
Is that Dory? Which
Dorian
Mosley?
Mosley.
The Dorian Mosley, the baby boy.
Yeah, they call him Machine. He's tough. He's rough. He'll switch out with him. I got DJ that been with me since he was 4. He's tough. I got a bunch of. I got Rhino. We call him Rhino. My fullback right here. He runs downhill. Eli run at you and try to knock you out. So man, we just looking for the challenge, man. We don't stop at one.
So let's give a little bit more of a history.
Okay.
TEYSL. I say arguably. I think it is from top to bottom the most competitive league in the DFW area. DFW Elite last year won the championship on 8U. So those 9-year-old kids lost to them last year in the championship, am I correct?
Correct.
Coach Tony returns 20 guys off of his 10U team last year that won it all on 10U.
Correct.
He went out and got a guy who I have as arguably one of the best running backs in all the state of Texas, in Tiger Ryder.
Correct.
Who ain't got another back from Waxahachie and Wade Lamont.
Definitely.
He has an August birthday quarterback who's in 6th grade. He's loaded. You hear so much about him. I get consensus stuff on a lot of people saying that they're the top team in there. Now, I often say good coaches know what they got to stop.
Definitely.
The ones that don't know what they got to stop, they're going to get their head bust.
Definitely.
And so what I want to know is, you guys practice in Lake Ridge High School. I went by a couple weeks ago, drove by, want to go watch a couple kids that play at Timberview in the game. You guys are practicing. What are the keys to the game for you guys to be able to stop them and come out where you guys are the ones slapping hands and smiling at the end of the game instead of with your head down?
Well, we definitely aware of what they can do. You know, we don't underestimate them at all. You know, they got speed, we got speed. But I just think if we do what we're supposed to do, we keep everything inside. We don't let a couple of those backs get outside. Smash number 4 when he come up the middle, make him think about keep running up the middle. I think if we control that, we'll be all right. And we know it's 4 quarters. If we play 4 quarters, we'll win this thing, man. All we got to do is keep pounding the ball, and our defense keep eating. We'll be all right.
Before we get out of here, we'll be back with this team in a little bit to see how they get down when it's time to get down for the game. But let's give you a couple of comparisons. They played against the Mustangs. Y'all played against the Mustangs. Both teams ran the score up to the point to where Y'all had to run a running clock in the last quarter or something like that, right?
Yep.
Over 20 points in the game. Both teams have linemen that will be CCE invitees. They have linemen that are huge for 10 years old. Both teams have great coaches. Both teams have difference makers in the backfield. But only one team can come out on top. Will it be the team that's in all white, or will it be the team in all red? That's what we're going to find out. This is Courtney Jackson, CCE Game Day, Game of the Week. We're live right here at Life Oak Cliff in Oak Cliff, Texas, about to get it on. 2 top 5 teams in the state playing. Each and every week we come out with the best games across the city and the state. We'll be back with more. Thank you. Hey, this is CCE Game Day, Game of the Week. I told you guys we're live at Life Oak Cliff High School right now, and we have the DFW Elite, the #1 ranked team in the state of Texas, folks. We had their 10U team right here, head coach Tony Hudson-Smith and all his coaches. You can see the other team had on all red. DFW Elite decided to go all white, be real clean, sanitary-like. And we're gonna talk to some of their best players, some of their players that are gonna be game breakers, and we're also gonna show you guys why they're the #1 team in the state in the CCE coaches poll. But first off, we're gonna start off by, just tell me your name and your position, sir.
Wade Lemons, running back and wide receiver.
Kenneth Johnson, running back and linebacker. DeAndre Ryder, running back, wide receiver.
Tony Husband, head coach.
All right, Coach Tony. I talked to Coach Roman. He said he understands, he gives respect out. He understands you return a lot of guys from last year's championship team. He said he feels comfortable with you guys because he feels like they can match your size with their size. They got a dog over there, they say it's just like Tiger. They got a quarterback that's just like Tristan. They feel like they got an answer for everything that you might pose questions to everybody else on. How do you feel about that?
We'll see in 30 minutes. I know we got a complete team, offense and defense. We'll see in 30 minutes.
Now, we talk about a kid, he's been a CCE top-ranked kid. I think he arguably could be the top-ranked kid 10U in the whole state of Texas, and that's DeAndre Ryder, AKA Tiger. We're gonna ask him a couple questions. We're gonna find out what's your mindset of a great player going into a game. So Tiger, I ask you this, you wake up in the morning, you know you have a big game. What do you do on a normal basis, on a regular basis?
Wake up, get dressed, head to the field, stretch, get ready for the game.
So you don't ask mom to cook you anything special, anything like that at all?
No, I fish my own food.
You go get your own food. Folks, he told me he's a hunter. He doesn't ask his mother or father to cook anything. He goes and kills his own prey. Now, I'm gonna go to another guy, they call him Sway Wade. We had him on our show 3 or 4 weeks ago. I told you guys he's around the corner. He can beat you on receiving routes. He's silk, he's sweet, he's smooth like Sway. Wait, they got some guys that are pretty big. Tell me how you're gonna be prepared for this game. What prepares you for this game?
What we have to do all week, we practice, we have to run the word, get in shape.
So you got your hamstring stretched.
Yes, sir.
You ready to go today?
Yes, sir.
I got the boom guy. He had to work all summer, folks, to lose the weight, to make weight so he could tote the rock. You might look at him and think that he's just a big boy, but folks, he runs with an attitude. Anything in the way becomes a speed bump. I promise you that. You're going to watch this film, you're going to watch Coach Tony give him the ball up the middle, and you're going to see whether or not the Mansfield Bucks make a decision to either hit him or get out the way or become a speed bump. His name is Kenneth Johnson Jr. Be on the lookout for him. Now we're going to ask everybody else to step away real quick besides those big boys. I want everybody to see, we're gonna go in real close. We talk about a lot of these running backs. We never get a timeout to the guys that make the holes for those running backs. I told you this man had numerous guys return from a team that won a TEYSL championship last year. A lot of these boys were the reason why he won that championship, folks. They may have the biggest boy over there. They may have the biggest boy, but I think Coach Tony has the most. We'll see today whether the team that's 4th in the state or the team that's #1 in the state. It's arguable. People say in Houston and other places which team is the best. I'm confident, both coaches are confident, that they're going to show you why they're ranked where they're ranked today. It's going to be a great game. CCE Game of the Week, Game Day. We come every week with the top talent and the top game across the state. You look at these guys in the eyes. We see killers and we look at their eyes when killers are there. You can look in the eyes of killers. If they blinking, they not ready. If they blinking, they might miss something. So just keep getting the eyes of it. Now we're gonna get y'all to get ready and get hyped. Get hyped. Come on, whatever y'all do to get hyped.
I need it loud though.
We back again, folks. We're in the circle right now, a tight circle. This is the Mansfield Elite Bucks, MEB, all day, every day. We look in the eyes of killers. We see the killers. We know how killers look. We know who's scared. We know who's gonna fold. We know who's gonna make somebody fold. They about to get it going on right now. You will see it all right here. CatchCoverElite.com.
Get away from field line! All day line! All night line! All fifth line! All the air line! All the round line! All the back line! All the sound line! All the sound line! All the sound line! All the Bucks on me! Bucks on three! 1, 2, 3, Dawgs!
Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? How y'all feel? How y'all feel? How y'all feel? What time is it? What time is it? Can I get 2 claps? Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Let's go!
You said, what nephew? And I said, right, but I meant to say,
Watch it. Let's go, Freaky D. Let's go.
All free!
Let's go. I see you, Freaky. Don't want to go. There we
I'm not sitting out there. What?
That is cool.
White lady would have came. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. Only black women call police. Good game, good game. They played hard. See the heel game. Number 13, son. 13, son. Hey, 13, son. Get him! Yeah! Hey man, they all thought they were. Let me say something. Ooh, I love it when you love
Game day, game of the week, 10U battle. We're at Life Oak Cliff, right here in the heart of Oak Cliff, Texas. We had a game with two teams ranked in the CCE coaches poll. The #1 ranked team in the state of Texas, DFW Elite 10U, went against the Mansfield Bucks with the #4 ranked team in the state of Texas. Great game. I thought it was going to be closer, but we saw where the dominance was on one side of the ball and I think it led from a lot of mistakes. And I'm going to talk to the coaches about were those mistakes forced or they unforced mistakes about it. But hats off to both teams, both organizations for participating and being a part of it. The game will air on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock on catchcoverelite.com. With no further ado, we're going to talk about all these kids, the significance of all these kids. On December 27th through the 31st, we will bring in 80 of the top kids from the Texas region, which is Oklahoma, Ohio will be in here, Louisiana, and Texas. We will have kids from all over Texas participating and trying to move up in their ranking and win a championship. It'll be an all-star series that will be taking place in DeSoto, Texas. Every last one of these kids right here has received or will receive an invite to participate in that game. So first of all, I want to start off, everybody introduce yourselves one by one.
My name is Tristan Bowen.
What position?
I play offensive guard and defensive tackle.
My name is Jackson Williams. I play offensive guard and defensive tackle.
My name is Brandon Rink. I play defensive end and tight end.
My name is
Sound like you're scared of trouble.
Get in there, Mike. Get that chest out.
My name is Mansfield. I play offensive tackle. My name is Keelan Nero, defensive end. My name is Ramil Tilton. I play defensive end.
My name is Kenny Johnson. I play running back and linebacker.
My name is Brandon Elwes. I play quarterback.
My name is Wade Lemons. I play running back and receiver.
My name is Tristan Bailey and I play quarterback and safety.
My name is DeAndre Wright. I play running back.
My name is Christian Jones and I play defensive tackle.
My name is Vincent Williams. I play offensive guard.
All right. Now, every last one of these kids has been invited. Some people are going to say on air, going to say, Courtney, you got a lot of DFW League kids there. But when you think about Pro Bowls and you think about teams who win, they usually have a great representation in the Pro Bowl. Right now, this is the #1 team in Texas. I put my hand on it. I put my stamp on it. If you think you're a better team than this 10U team right here, you need to contact Tony Hudspeth, or you can contact me. I'll be his agent for this week on trying to schedule that game. But right now, in Texas, 10U, the DFW Elite, Dawgs are the top dog right now. We're going to talk a little bit more with some of the players about the All-Star invite, about the game, and just about the rest of the season. Now, I'm going to start off with you. You're one of the biggest linemen in all of TEYSL. You came from a rec league last year, and now you're playing in a select league. Today, would you say that this was probably the best line you've seen today?
I would. Yeah, they're a good line.
So tell me one of the differences that you know that you have seen from where you played last year to now?
Last year they played soft. I was used to it, but I'm not used to it. Now they play harder than directly. They're getting harder and everything.
All right, Coach, I'm going to go to you for a second. You know, Tony, you and Tony have a lot of banter throughout the week. And you heard him talking. We are who we thought we were and all that kind of stuff. Tell me this. And I'm going to give you my opinion. I felt like the first series, well, not the first series, it was a big hit. It's a big hit in the first series. I'm a firm believer that when you lay the wood first, you're going to definitely be victorious. Do you feel like that tackle or that hit early in the game maybe had a factor on your kids at all?
I mean, you know, definitely hitting has a factor of all games, but I think the fumble affected us more. Turning it over. You know, you play 4 weeks and used to dominating 4 weeks and moving the ball, and all of a sudden you don't. You got to regroup. You got to put everybody in a different mindset. But definitely the hitting and tackling, they do a great job of wrapping you up, and the other ones come along, hit arms, drop, and you're gonna get fumbles out of that. So when you team tackle, that's what you get out of it.
All right. So he talked about team tackling. Coach Tony, question for you. I know I talked to you earlier in the week, talked about the game of the week, and you said we were going to have an emphasis put on getting in condition, getting in shape. Tell me what you did this week to get those kids ready for this big game.
We had a practice day. We do no hitting, running over no plays. We just ran. We got an excellent, awesome team. We just got to work, man. And we work week in and week out, no matter who we play. We work every week, man. We just add an extra day.
Now, I'm going to go into a little bit, Tony, of your linemen versus Roman's linemen. You got a lot of linemen. Do you feel like your depth is your strongest point, or you think it's just the talent? Which one do you think it is? You think it's the depth or the talent?
I think it's both, because our offensive line don't have to play defensive line. So I think it's the depth, and we work. Our linemen work, man. They not just big for nothing. They work.
So I turn that question around. I know your boys had to play on the defensive line. In 4 quarters of football, with all the speed they have, and they will stretch you sideline to sideline. Did it play a factor? Was fatigue a factor in the game in mid-second quarter?
But definitely, they going both ways was a factor. I mean, but we did what we were supposed to do as far as moving the ball and getting through the first line. The second, linebackers played well. Linebackers came down and hit. But like I say, when they hit, they wrapped up and brought five hit, and that ball come out of there. So yeah. But as far as breaking the line, we moved the ball 5 yard, 10 yard. I told you, we can win this thing 5 yard, 10 yard, and we did that and hold on to the ball. But after that, you let it go. It was all downhill.
Here we go. I'm going to bring over two guys that are CCE guys that were played last year, and they both got in the end zone today. Wade Lamons and Tiger Ryden. Come here for a second. And I want the coach to kind of chime in on it. I feel like there's a lot of talent you have on the team, but tone setters can be tone setters in different ways. Let's talk a little bit about DeAndre Ryden on how he's a tone setter, and it's not necessarily about him running the ball, Tony.
Ryden, he's a good kid. He set the tone because these two here, honestly, they're our most humble kids. They never have an attitude. It's always yes sir, no sir. And when they get a chance, they do their job. But he worked. He never stopped working. And guess what? This is the first time he played the whole game, kids.
The whole game.
Yes, sir.
So you guys are now 5-0. The Bucks are 4-1 in TEYSL. Folks, I think this is the toughest league in North Texas, the TEYSL league. It is the toughest league. It's probably the most organized league in North Texas as well, the TEYSL league. Shout outs to the president of that, Ms. Monica. Who do you guys have next week, Coach?
Lions and Mesquite.
The Dallas Lions. Yeah, the Dallas Lions. Coach, who do you have next week?
South Grand Prairie Rams.
South Grand Prairie Rams. I think they're still undefeated. So in this league, it was 3 teams coming in today that were undefeated, and now I think if the Rams win, it's down to 2. So then next week, you guys will be the battle of unbeatens, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're playing back-to-back weeks. Is it hard for you to keep the kids getting up each week when you're beating teams 20 and 30 points?
Hey, I know your kids fall after you. I know all y'all know Tom Brady. Never nervous. Tell the Rams to come on with it.
I said they're never nervous. Folks, we're gonna pan around and see the talent. Sometimes when we talk about across the state, people think that Dallas, Texas, which put out the most Division I players in any region this past year, does not or is not the best region in youth football. That's up for determination. Everybody has different opinions on it. But I can tell you this 10U division is tough, and the DFW Elite right now, they're sitting at the top of the pedestal, and they're waiting on somebody to try to come and knock them off. CCE Coaches Poll, you can vote every Sunday to be in the CCE Coaches Poll on our Facebook page. This is Courtney Jackson, CCE Game of the Week, DFW Elite Dawgs 43, Mansfield Bucks 0. It's dominance, folks.